Skylum just announced that there is going to be a new Luminar software program coming out. This one is not a replacement for Luminar AI. If anything, it's more like a replacement for Luminar 4, only with a lot of the benefits of Luminar AI. So I've got a bit of information to share with you from Skylum, and I'll let you know what you can expect with the new version of software. It's called Luminar Neo. Hi, my name is William Beem. I'm a photographer just like you, and I like editing in software programs like Luminar AI, Luminar 4 before that. And what we have now is something called Luminar Neo. So you're probably wondering what that is. Is it a mobile application? Is it something different? Is it an upgrade of Luminar AI? Little of all of this stuff. So let me explain what we've got going on here. Luminar Neo is more of a replacement for Luminar 4 than it is for Luminar AI. And when I say that, the key feature that we're going to be finding here would be adding layers, adding features with blend modes and things that you could do in Luminar 4, but you didn't have quite all of the AI tools that you had inside of Luminar AI. Luminar AI will still exist. This is going to be more or less the entry level of photo editing software from Skylum. And Luminar Neo is going to have all of the features that you have in Luminar AI, plus a few more. It's also going to add some benefits that you're used to using in Luminar 4 and maybe some other photo editing software. So let's go in. This is mostly going to be a slideshow. I don't have the software on hand, but I'll let you know what to expect. And as more information comes out, I'll share more. Okay, so let's go ahead. Luminar Neo is coming this winter. There is no firm date. They don't even have software that they've provided the affiliates. We just got word of this a couple of days ago from the time that I'm releasing this. So we didn't get a demo. They didn't have software to show us. What they did basically, or the folks from Skylum, told the affiliates what's coming, what to expect, where it fits in. And that's what I want to share with you. So when I say coming this winter, it's kind of like when Luminar AI rolled out. There was a bit of an early bird special. There was a pre-order period where you could save some money if you ordered it. The same thing is going to be happening this time. I'm anticipating that probably when they say winter, it will be December, but I don't know anything hard and fast. The people who talk to me about this don't know anything hard and fast. So that's the anticipation so far. When I say that this is a successor to Luminar 4, that's coming from some of the folks who are on the call. They didn't really say it out on the call, but when the chat was going on, people were asking questions. And one of the top folks said, yeah, you could think of it as, a follow-on to Luminar 4. It's going to have those features and benefits that you get with layers and other things that Luminar 4 had that Luminar AI did not have. So the positioning clearly is Luminar AI, entry level, more advanced photographers, Luminar Neo. So let's go over some of the features that we can expect. As I mentioned, layers. So this is something that people have wanted in Luminar AI for a long time, and the word's been very firm. Luminar AI will not have layers. And that's still the case. Luminar AI is not going to have layers. There are going to be advanced masking, AI masking and other things inside of Luminar Neo. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this, because although I do like the masking that's in Luminar AI, when it comes to edges, it just simply isn't that good, except for with the newly released Portrait Bokeh AI. And you can see how the AI masking does an exceptional job of finding the edges and masking your human subjects. So we're expecting more information on masking to come. I don't have details. My hope is that it will be more than human. It will include other subjects. The AI masking will just go ahead and select your subject for you. I don't know how, I don't know what, or any details, but they're telling us to expect advanced masking using AI. Expect compositing features, and this goes on with layers and some other things. And we've got some example photos that Skylum provided us. I'll show you a couple of examples of the compositing that they've done with the early version of the software. But I'm kind of digging what they can do with compositing and some of the techniques that are out there. Also, you can reuse tools multiple times. In Luminar AI, you could really only use a tool once. It's not like you could create another layer and then put the tool in again and mask it where you wanted to. Well, in this case, you can. Any tool you can use on any layer. They have rebuilt the engine powering this, so hopefully Well, I say hopefully. They say that we're going to have better performance. And I know every software vendor tells you you're going to have better performance every time. And I will look at it and judge it honestly when it comes out, but they think that they've got the performance issues enhanced on this one. And that is something that I'm looking forward to. I recently switched from a 2014 Core i5 iMac. Performance wasn't really that great for me with Luminar AI. When I switched to an M1 iMac, performance is perfect. So I'm not telling you that you need to go buy a new computer for this piece of software, but I will tell you that a modern computer works really well with this piece of software. AI tools, I think, are going to put more emphasis on performance that you have. So keep that in mind. As far as the technologies, we'll be able to show you an example of this. You can relight photos. So it's kind of interesting what they're doing here. Some of the ones or the examples that we see, I'll point out, but I think that they've done actually a marvelous job of this. So I know there are a lot of people who like to save photographs. There are things that I would typically throw away. Looking at the demos here, I'll show you. Seems like you might be able to pull something out of the hat. This is the one I really love, where it says remove blemishes and distracting elements. They gave us some before and after photos, which unfortunately I don't have here. But if you've got sensor dust on your camera, they can use the AI to identify and eliminate sensor dust. If you live in an area like I do in Central Florida that's filled with power lines, it can automatically eliminate the power lines from your background. So there's some cool prospects with removing blemishes and distracting elements. I don't know what else it will do, but those two things are enough for me to be happy with what they've got. There is powerful background replacement. Again, I will show you some examples of the photos that they provided of what you can do with background replacement. And this one where it says round trip mobile image management. Basically, Luminar Neo is going to talk to your smartphone. So you can take a photo on your phone, send it over to Neo, enhance it, and then send it back to your phone, or you can share it on social media using the power of the editing that you've done with Luminar Neo. This is probably not going to be the same thing as what you may have expected from Adobe's Creative Cloud with Lightroom Mobile and Lightroom on the web and Lightroom Classic and so forth. But there is definitely going to be a way to transfer images from your phone to Luminar Neo and then back to your phone. All right, so we talked about compositing. The idea here, and I presume this is going to be part of the masking, is smart AI-based masking isolates individual images or elements in individual images. When I say your elements, I don't hear human. So that means I'm expecting that if you're going to be able to isolate elements, I don't know if it's going to be a person, a dog, or a flower pot, but I'm looking forward to seeing that AI-powered masking. And since we have layers, you can have numerous layers. In other words, you can bring in different elements. It's not just like adding textures where I think you had kind of a maximum of 10 on Luminar AI. You've got layers now where you can start bringing things in. And it's also not going to be just like Sky AI where you can only put augmented things in the sky. This is going to go anywhere in your photo. And again, we'll show you some examples that they provided. And I mentioned this before, apply any tool, any mask to any layer in any order multiple times. That is something that I think the intermediate and advanced photographers are used to using in Luminar 4 and other tools. I'm happy to see that come around in Luminar Neo. And this one I'm kind of intrigued by. Use creative blending modes guided by AI to achieve clean, precise compositing images. I'm going to show you an example of what I think are some of the blend modes in the photos they provided. But I'm curious about this guided by AI and how that's going to come about. So let's take a look at some examples. These are transforming photos with new relighting options. So I'm going to show you some before and after. So this is a photograph before, and this is with relighting. So you can, let me go back up again, and you can just kind of see how the lighting changes on their face. Another example here, you can see that the subject's backlit, and of course her face is in shadow. That's pretty good. I'm liking this one even more than the previous one I showed you because that's good lighting on her face. And also, let me back up a bit. Take a look in her eyes. You can see, I mean, it's just dark and unclear. And then you come over here, you've got a good enhancement. I'm sure the portrait tools that we've had in Luminar AI are also working at play here, but you've got nice sparkle in those eyes. You've got clean, clear skin. And that's just really amazing to me. So here we have a lovely little girl. And now we have a lovely little girl whose face you can see better. And this one you'd expect to see in shadow. You can barely make out the subject. And of course, we've brightened everything up. And we find out the subject is a dog, along with the person who takes care of the dog. This is one of the harder ones, I think. Again, it's backlit. There's a lot of shadow on the face. And you can tell there's a lot of noise on here, but I think that the noise reduction would also help over here. But it definitely pulled out some light on the face. All right, so we talked about layers and compositing being part of this. So here's a nice photograph in some clouds. And now, voila, you're in an airplane. And also notice that little crescent moon. We didn't have that there before. So I just wanted to add in that there's more than just that little window frame. There's a crescent moon showing up as well. Here we've got a view on a backyard that is in dire need of gardening. And now we've changed to a view out into the clouds. The clouds are coming in the window. There's a half moon. And apparently the walls have changed color too. This I see every morning when I wake up. And now someone's swimming through space. Okay, standard half profile portrait. And now take a look at this. This is where I wanted to bring up the discussion of blend modes. If you look on her neckline and below where you see those clouds coming in, and you can see the clouds on her body, but kind of moving over, I think there's some blend modes going on here. Clearly there's multiple layers going on. You've got the color of the background. You've got the kind of pink circle, and you can tell depth between her, the cloud behind her, and then the circle behind her. But then also you can see a little wisp of cloud on her jawline and also some cloud before her. And I think that's where some of the blend mode is coming in. So there's some interesting things. And another thing to look at is take a look at, but as far as her eyelid, you can see the color there, and then they've clearly changed the color of her eyelids to match the background. So there's some other interesting things that you can do here. In this, you got a standard portrait of a lovely woman, and now you've got a standard portrait of a lovely woman with flowers, clouds, and a big orange circle. So again, that's where we've got some interesting things. You can see there's a bit of the background replacement going on. There's a bit of layers. There's a bit of compositing here. And I think it's interesting what they can do. All right, we talked about background replacement. I'm going to show you a series of before and after that Skylum provided to us. So here, standard photo on a balcony. Take a look in her eyes and then see how they kind of sparkle afterwards. So they put some palm tree behind her. It's kind of faded out. And I think that's just kind of a nice and interesting little look. But also clearly there are some portrait tools going on here as well. And I expect, as we've been told, that we should have the same tools that we had in Luminar AI plus more. So all those tools that you were used to in Luminar AI should be here. All right, this one, we've got a few different things. And mostly what we're going to be looking at is the background of the young lady who's got the telescope looking over. So you can see, to me, it's not a really enticing background to look at, but okay, now she's closer into a city. She's got more to look at. And now she's up on a mountain looking down on a lake. And now she's over the Hollywood sign. So you can change some backgrounds around. You can do it easily. And what I'd like to look at when I'm doing this, I'm going to back up, but take a look at her hair, particularly those strands that are kind of flying up around her head. Those don't change in these photos. I mean, there might be some things where because of the finer strands and the color of the background pull them out, but the larger strands I think are staying in place. And that's kind of fascinating to me. Okay, this is going to be another before and after. So this is a photograph of someone taking a photograph of something in an ugly alleyway. And now you know she's in a nicer alleyway, a little more interesting. And now she's standing in the middle of a road, getting ready to be run over by traffic. And now she's in a jungle on a path. So I can't wait to see what kind of photograph she got. Oh, almost forgot. There's one more. She's in front of what to me looks like a UK house because there's no front yard and there's a bicycle. Then again, maybe it's Amsterdam. If you're curious about this, you're probably wondering, when do we get it? And I've kind of given you the answer. It's going to be winter. I suspect December. But here's what I want to share with you. And this is coming directly from Skylum. Luminar Neo ships this winter, but you don't have to wait. You can pre-order and you can save on a bundle that provides Luminar AI now, if you don't have it, and Luminar Neo when it launches. And don't worry, I'm going to show you pricing in case you already have Luminar AI or HDR. So here's what the early bird pricing looks like. If you're brand new to Skylum and Luminar, $54 for one seat. A seat equals one computer. So if you've got a desktop and a laptop and you want it on both, then you would look down at 2 seats for Luminar Neo. And then if you want it as a bundle with Luminar Neo and Luminar AI, you can see the pricing for new users is going to be $83 and $98 for 2 seats. If you already own a version of Luminar or you own Aurora HDR, $34 for 1 seat, $49 for 2 seats. And then if you want the bundle, $63 for 1 seat of both products, Luminar Neo and Luminar AI, $88 for 2 seats of Luminar Neo and Luminar AI. This is my affiliate link. If you're interested and you want to use my affiliate link, go to williambeam.com/Luminar Neo. My coupon code isn't going to work during the early bird pricing because you're already getting a significant discount more than what I could provide you. My coupon code is worth $10. And if you buy something right now using that, it'll work, but not on this new product. But I've decided there's going to be a bonus. And this is going to be the same thing that I did for Luminar AI users. If you buy using my affiliate link, I will give you my forthcoming course on Luminar Neo for free. Right now, if you buy Luminar AI, you send me your receipt. I see my little coupon code down there, which is my last name, Beem. I will grant you access to my Luminar AI Elements course for free. So I'm going to do the same thing with Luminar Neo. The only reason I don't have the course is because I don't have the software. It'll be mid-November before I get a version that I can use in order to create the course, but that's when I'll get started on it. So here's the limitation on early bird pricing. It's available for the first 30,000 people worldwide. If they order Luminar Neo before the 30,000 and first customer, they get the early bird pricing. Once these copies are sold, the price will go up. I have no idea how much, but that's what early bird is all about. If you're one of the first 30,000, you get the discount. Now, if you buy using my affiliate link, I will still give you my bonus. So if you didn't make it in the 30,000 number for some reason, then that's okay. You still get my bonus. If you buy using my link, because I will earn a small commission from Skylum, I will give you access to my thing. But if you want that best pricing, and that is before the software comes out, then you need to buy before the 30,000 first customer comes in. Keep in mind, this is risk-free because you have a 30-day window after delivery of the software. So in other words, when you've got the software in your hands and you put in on your computer and you license it, that's when your 30-day window starts ticking. If you don't like it, you can get a full refund. So that's your risk-free element of buying in advance. You get the best price. When it ships, if you decide that it's not for you, you can send it back. I will let you know that not all of the features are going to be available on the first day. It's going to be like Luminar AI. They rolled out different features and updates as they went along. I don't know what's going to be there when it rolls out because I haven't seen it myself. I don't know what's going to be delayed or added to the product later on. So I will find out more information as we get closer to the release date and share that with you. But for right now, if you think this looks interesting and like something that you might want to use, go ahead with a pre-order. You don't have any risk. And you can get your money back if the software isn't right. So it says, again, customers who buy a license during an early bird stage will be the first ones to get their software. That's the other benefit that Skylum gives you, is you don't have to wait for general release. They're going to give it to you early because you put faith in Skylum to order in advance. So the simple message is, if you order now, you save now. If you wait, you may end up paying more if 30,000 people have already placed an order before you. And again, there is a 30-day money-back guarantee from Skylum that starts when you get your software. So it's more than 30 days between now and when it ultimately releases, I presume in December. That's not part of your 30-day period. The window starts when you start using your software. So once again, this is my affiliate link and code. If you use this, I'll earn a small commission, but as I promised, I will also grant you access to my course on Luminar Neo. And that's all I've got to say about that. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me. If you have questions, please let me know in the comments below. I will do my best to answer with what I know of the product so far. And most of what I know I've told you, but I can go bug the people over at Skylum and pester them to see if they can release more information for me to answer a question. So if I can be your intermediary, I will be happy to do so. If you like this video, please go ahead, click the like button. That helps YouTube's overlords know if I did something right. They will share this with more people, and it only takes you a moment to do that. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.